What's up YouTube, AUTOCON360 here back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Dragon Ball Super S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Son Goku. So here we are, and there he is, our second Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku figure, and I'm really happy with this guy. I really enjoy this figure. I actually haven't been able to get around to posting any pictures on my Instagram, so I do apologize for that. Those will be coming soon. But let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging, then we'll take a closer look at the figure himself. So here we have Goku's box, looking pretty good. It's our standard S.H.Figuarts box for the Dragon Ball Z figures. Your Tamashii Nation stamp of quality approval right there. Dragon Ball Super Broly, Funimation, Toei, Bandai. Nice pictures on the side, more images on the back. Top, not much. Bottom, not much. Bluefin. And on the side, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Son Goku. So let's crack this box open and take a look at what we get inside. And of course, before we take a look at his accessories, we will be taking a look at his instruction sheet. So we have his instruction sheet, shows you all the faces he comes with, how to swap those onto the head, on his hands, how to swap those onto the wrists, and of course your full list of everything that he comes with. And here we have all of his accessories. We get 4 faces, 4 sets of hands, and then 1 extra right hand. So let's take a look at the faces first. So here we have our first face. This face comes on him in the box. It's just your standard stern Goku face. Then we have our next face, and it's your standard gritting teeth face. All these faces do also have the same eyes as all the other more recent transformation figures from the Dragon Ball Z line, where they have the darker iris and then the lighter color to the eye itself, which looks fantastic on all of these, as it should. Then next up we get our screaming face, and then we get my favorite face, a good old smirk. And then in terms of hands, we get 2 fists, 2 Kamehameha hands, 2 Ki Blast hands, 2 martial artsy hands, and an instant transmission hand. And then, of course, plugging on the wrist is nothing new to you. If you have any other S.H.Figuarts figures, it's just a simple ball joint. And swapping the faces is nothing new. If you have any other Dragon Ball Z S.H.Figuarts figures, you want to just remove the front hairpiece, which is a little tight on this guy. There we go. And then, of course, you take your face, and you just simply plug it right into the bottom set of ports. And you plug the hair back on. And there we have our Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. Now this guy is a bit of a mixed match parts from other previous Goku figures, like the head sculpt is from the Goku Black that came out about a year ago. The upper torso here, and I believe the bottom of the torso as well, is from the Super Saiyan 3 Goku 2.0. But everything else is from the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. But yeah, I do really like this guy. He looks great in his Dragon Ball Super Broly colors. But this video is basically just going to be a comparison between this guy and the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, because they're coming out a week apart. But I do love this figure. I do really like this upper torso here. I like the lower V cut. I think it looks a bit better on Goku. I like the orange a bit better. It's a bit of a more brighter orange, less red to it. The boots, I wish were a little bit more blue to match with the wristbands, but it doesn't bother me too much. I still really like it. It fits with the aesthetic of Dragon Ball Super Broly, where the blues were a bit more muted, kind of like with Vegeta's spandex part to his clothing. But everything else just looks fantastic. I like the hair. This is my first time with this head sculpt because I don't have Goku Black. But I love the blue. Looks great. He's just really awesome. The flesh tone on this guy does match with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku really well. So if you want to take this head off and put that head up here to give him a base form look, you can absolutely do that. I'll probably do that when I get around to taking my pictures of this guy. so I'll probably do that tomorrow. But yeah, he's just awesome. My only real gripe with him is the shading on his pants. It just feels like it's kind of slopped up there. I wish it was a little bit more in the grooves here, but as it stands, it doesn't bother me too much. And I do feel like this head is going to replace the current Super Saiyan head that we've had since the beginning of the line. It is just a really nice sculpt, and it does still match with the regular Super Saiyan aesthetic, just with a more modern look to it. It matches with the Buu Saga Super Saiyan a bit more, matches with, of course, Super Saiyan and Dragon Ball Super a bit more. So I feel like this is going to completely replace that older head sculpt. In terms of articulation on this guy, in case you missed it last week with the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, your head is on a ball joint, of course, with a hinge, so you can get the head looking down a little bit. And that face comes off a little easily. That's interesting. But yeah, you can tilt the head down and, of course, turn that hinge, just like with the wrists, to change your axis of pivot, which wants to fight me right now. There we go. There. But he will look down that far, will look up. Pretty good. Neck's also on a ball joint, a little stiff on mine, but whatever. The shoulders will come forward that far, and we'll go back that far. Then we'll go out, get the shirt out of the way here. We'll go out that far, do a full 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, your usual Figuarts wrists that are on a ball joint with the hinge, so you can change that axis of pivot. Your abs will crunch forward that far, not a whole lot. We'll go back a little bit more. That is on a ball joint as well. So you do get some pivot in there, also at the waist as well. Using those in tandem, get a little bit more movement. Your hips will kick forward that far, back that far. We'll go out just a little bit. You do have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which, there you go. And your belt loop will swivel all the way around. Your ankles are on a double barbell, so you do get some nice tilt out of them, and you do have a toe joint. And for comparison, first of all, of course, we're going to compare him to the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. So yeah, you can see here that everything on this guy is pretty much the same except for those upper torsos, and I did misspeak earlier, and the lower torsos are the same. But yeah, really nice. Really do like these two together. And again, the flesh tones match really well, so you can swap the two heads if you would like. And here he is with the Super Saiyan Goku, the Awakening version. So you can see that the aesthetics of this head sculpt do match up pretty well with the older Super Saiyan head, so I do feel like this is going to replace this head. So look forward for this in gold or yellow. Here he is with the two people responsible for him reaching this level, Beerus and Whis. Here he is with Golden Frieza. Here he is with Broly. Still a big boy. Here he is with Vegeta and Gogeta. And the three of them just look great together. I'm really glad that the three blues match. Now, depending on what scene you're looking at in Super, even in some cases, what movie you're watching, at what point in the show you're watching, the blues for Vegeta and Goku should not match. If you're going by the Resurrection F movie, they should not match. They should be different. Vegeta should be just a little bit darker than Goku's. If you're going by Dragon Ball Super Broly, then they should match. If you're going by certain points in the series, like at the beginning, when they first unlocked it, they did not match. But for the majority of the series, they do match. Now, as far as Gogeta goes, I'm sure it should match as well because he does tend to take more of the characteristics from Goku, so the two of them should absolutely match. But even then, I think his is just a little bit lighter or just reflects light differently. Same thing when I reviewed Vegeta. I wasn't sure if it was a different color or if it just reflects light differently. Because it does have a bit more of a curve to it, and you can see a bit more hot spots at the top here. So I'm not sure how that's working, but they do look amazing together. And here he is, just because, with the Mafex Deadpool, which I did actually notice something about this Deadpool. He does actually have a tramp stamp. It says Marvel on the lower of his back. So now you have that information. And finally, for a more affordable comparison, here he is with the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool. And there we go. There you have this figure. A really, really wonderful piece. I do love it a lot. I'm very glad to have it in my collection. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon. If you would like to get one for yourself, he is currently still available at BigBadToyStore, so I will link them in the description below so that you can pick one up for yourself. If you liked this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell to be notified for the next time that I upload, which more recently has been every Monday. So stay tuned. There will be another one next week. Check out my older stuff. Don't go too old though, because that stuff gets bad. But yeah, this is the Dragon Ball Super S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Son Goku, and I am AUTOCON360, and I'm saying laters.